Yo, what's going on, Hope Society? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. That's right, get up, get up, get up. Let's go. Let's get it. Listen, shout out to you guys. You guys already know each and every time that we come together, I'm so excited. I want to give you your roses, your kudos, your pats on the back, and because the fact that you decided to tune into Mr. Hope, you clicked on the links, you guys are tapping in, vibing, meaning that you are trying to happen on purpose. You are designing and aligning your life so that it begins to promote what it is that you're hoping and dreaming for, and that's just by making sure that your steps are ordered and that you're making sure that everything you do has an intent behind it. So shout out to you on this evening, this morning, whatever time of day you guys are tapping in. I want to say thank you because you guys are taking control of your future, and while so many things wants to take the control away from us, including ourselves, we ourselves can take away the control just by how we choose to operate each and every day. But today you are in full control because you say, I'm going to fill my mind with something that's going to get me up and working. I'm going to fill my mind with something that's going to motivate me. I'm going to fill my mind with something that's going to charge me to be better than what I was yesterday or even just 5 seconds ago. So I want to just give you guys just a huge shout out, a huge pat on the back, because you guys are doing what a lot of people just don't want to do. I mean, some people were motivated yesterday but didn't get it with the same motivation today. Some people were motivated an hour ago and lost it all, but today you guys say, I'm going to continue to align myself with where it is I'm going. I'm not stopping in the mess. I'm not getting stagnant. You guys say I'm going to continue happening. So man, I'm just excited that I can be delivering something that you guys are picking up on, that we're able to apply into our lives, and that we're truly able to take some things that were meant to take us out and actually use them for our benefit. Man, there are so many distractions, there are so many things that's going on around in our world, and there's so many things that want to basically take our focus from where it is we're going. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, is just alleviating those stress points, or watching our access points that stress can sometimes creep into, because one of the things you guys are going to have to do even very early on is understand that, listen, you're going to have to wanna and have to, shoulda, coulda, woulda, get up each and every time that you are knocked down. Listen, you will be knocked down, or something's going to continue to try to knock you down. The way that you happen and the way that you can become consistent in how you happen allows you to continue to stay steadfast against all that will come, because we understand, man, law of polarity says it, that as much as we begin to have our prosperities, as much as we begin to grow, as much as we begin to actually take on what it is that we actually were hoping and striving for, just that many things come to take it back away. Just that many things want to come and steal our joy. Just as many things want to come and take our peace. But listen, it's our ability to be consistent. It's our ability to be steadfast and persevering, man. You gotta want your happiness. You gotta want your focus. You gotta want your visions. You gotta want your dreams and goals. So you have to begin to operate and understand that as much as things are supposed to go right, it's just as many things are supposed to go wrong. But we understand that the law of polarity has taught us that in the face of adversity means that we are able to visualize and see the prosperity. And while we're in our prosperity, law of polarity says that we're going to be consistent enough that our lows are continuing to go on higher, so that when we get those blue days, they're not like our consistent blue days we might have today. Remember, I said this on the first season. A bad day might, or a blue day for us might be, hey, we might not eat for a couple days, but a blue day or a bad day for a T.I. or a Jay-Z or Wale or someone like that, they may not be able to spend $5,000-6,000 on a meal or something like that. So I'm talking about that the more consistent you are within your habits, the higher your lows actually become. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about continuously moving past the distractions, continuously moving past the setbacks, and something as simple as that. Let me tell you how I know that things will purposely begin to align themselves as you begin to happen. Let me tell you how. You ever heard of a thing called traffic? You're on your way to work, you're on your way to wherever you're going, you're happy, you're moving, and out of nowhere, all this congestion, and it just takes up your time, and it's not going nowhere, and it's the only way you have to go. Well, that's the same perseverance, that's the same focus, tenacity that you have to have with your goals, because guess what? The traffic is going to come. The distractions, the stress, the things that are meant to prohibit us, yes, they're going to be there. And you might even look at like your celebrities, or you might look at those who are successful or are continuously tapping into success. Like it almost seems as every day, every week, every month they're winning. You know why? Because they were consistent enough that their consistency and their habits actually continues to push them higher and out of the way of what is supposed to come and take it from them. So it's not that these people are not subject to these bad days, or they're not subject to setbacks. It's just that because they have been so consistent and habitual, what looks like a off day to us is not nearly what is a real off day, you know, that we may be able to experience within our own realities. So what I'm saying is that we're here today, but we understand where we're going, but we can't be confused, taken back, or caught off guard, or become frustrated with the fact that things must come against us, because those are the very things that's actually going to continue to propel us forward. So the thing is all about staying atop, staying on top of the crowd, staying above the water, you know, because that's only when you actually float. So it's not allowing the water that, or the storms that must come, to actually come inside of the plan, or to come inside of our boat or our ship that we have built to get us to where it is we're going, but to use the very things that were meant to take us out as the step stools as they really are. And we're talking about just basically, once again, shifting our perspective and realizing that these things, as though they may have this face that says that they're one thing, everything is nothing much more but then a setup and a stepping stool to where it is that we're actually headed and where we're actually meant to go. So good morning once again. I know we kind of got off on a run today, but listen, it's kind of like one of the things I always talk about. As relative as time is, you know, time is still always of the essence. You still got to move as if tomorrow isn't promised, because guess what? It's not. And you have to continue to realize that today, if everything was to stop today, if you had to live off what you built for the last couple days, or the last couple weeks, or the last couple months, would you be satisfied? So I want to let you guys know that you gotta attack this thing every day. Like today, what I hunt, today what I build is what I'm going to have to live off of for the next couple days or weeks or month. When you get that fire, when you get that understanding that, hey, today's meal isn't a promised meal for tomorrow, you begin to move different, because you begin to realize that while these things are stacking up, it doesn't matter about how I feel. It doesn't matter if I want to. It becomes a have to, because I have realized that I am more scared of the fact that this could be my reality. This could be all. This could be it. This could be the highest I am meant to go. That scares me. And that's the only fear I do have, that today this is all that I'm capable of being. And I know that isn't true, because I know that the more I become consistent in my habits, that my world actually begins to align itself to where it is that I'm meant to go. So listen, I'm telling you guys, but it's not until you approach it and you begin to attack these days that I'm not meant to be comfortable right now, that my comfort is in the overflowing abundance of what it is I'm trying to create. And then can I begin to relax a little bit, because I understand that I'm still not doing this for myself. I still understand that if I can become consistent enough, that I can build a continuum of this health, of this wealth, of this freedom for generations and generations to come behind me. I understand that I can recreate what is normal in my city. I can recreate what is normal in my state. I can recreate what is normal in my country by the things that I choose to do today. By the fact that I say, yeah, I may have took a win yesterday, but this win ain't about to be as high as this win I take today. I mean, I got this fire that says that this is not the end all. My end is when I have established a continuum of health, wealth, and freedom, generations and generations to come. I'm talking about 30, 40 generations deep. And it's not a game, because we understand that we are in the reflection of, or the renderings of, all those that have come before us. So yeah, while we can take this and point the fingers and be mad, I realize I can take that same energy and apply it to me happening today. I can take control over my life, and if I'm consistent enough, I can be what others will begin to look up to in tomorrow's world, and they will begin to look back and say thank you. Matter of fact, the future Xaviers are going to look back on this Xavier or this Mr. Hope and say thank you by the fact of how I choose to happen. You want to look back at yourself and say, hey, thank you, bro. Hey, thank you. you, sis. Hey, thank you, king. Hey, thank you, queen, for being consistent, for getting out of bed when you didn't want to, for not allowing all that was meant to come to take you out, but to use it as a stepping stone and to use it as something that was going to propel us into where it is that we're going. So once again on today, before I even continue going in on that note, I want to just say, once again, give yourselves a hand clap that you are even taking this control, as we can even just realize just how serious it is, because so many people are out of control. So many people are allowing others around them to control the worlds, or for their worlds to continue to be a reflection of what was and not where it is they are actually destined and designed to be. So with that said, I want you guys to realize something, and it's to realize that we must begin to order our steps as if these things will not work out. We must begin to order our steps in a way that says that, hey, it may not go as planned. And that this is not one of those things, because you guys know that I'm very optimistic, that I preach that we have foresight, that we have clarity, that we know where we're going, that we're going full for our steam. But what I'm saying is that it's not a negative thing to have a plan B and C. See, my plan B and C is not, hey, if something goes wrong, or hey, I'm expecting a fall. But my plan B and C is more so is that I do expect things not to go always as Mr. Hope has designed them in his head. So I know I'm kind of saying the same thing, but what I want you guys to understand is that it's not necessarily that something went wrong. It's just that something didn't go exactly as what we may have planned. And it's being able to foresee some derivative things that can occur, and then you are actually prepared to take on everything as if it was planned in the first place. Come on, stay with me, guys. We're talking about using what is going to come as the acting forces to propel you to where it is you're destined and designed to be. So let me expect to some things that are going to come. Two things are going to come. Prosperity and adversity are going to come. They're actually the same thing. When you're going up and when you're going down, it's the same energy. It's our reactions to them that actually gives them their faces and names. Wow, some of us caught that. It's our reactions to them that actually gives prosperity or adversity its name. Because I have watched many of people take an L, lose money, a setback, have things taken from them, and from their perspective, it was as if they just hit the lottery. Oh, they were so glad that thing left, or that thing was no longer there, or they were so glad that they were able to go and do something else instead of whatever was set up. What I'm saying is that it's our reaction, it's our perspective that is actually going to take what it is that is meant to come at us and take us out. And actually, it looks as though that was a very puzzle piece that we were missing to plug right in to continue going where we were going. What I'm saying is that everything is actually in alignment for us to continue to continuously win. It's our ability to continue to tap into those things as if everything has the same energy or has the same capacity to either take us out or move us forward. Even something that was meant for good can still have a negative connotation or a negative effect if applied the wrong way. Even too much of a good thing is bad. I mean, have you guys tried to drink too much water at one time? Water isn't bad for us, but we're talking about the capacity and the use thereof. So I'm talking about even some things that we have in our worlds right now. They're the most beneficial things we have, but the fact that we're using them in the wrong way, the fact that we're not taking advantage of them at their full capacity, means that they actually have begun to take on negative affects, and we don't even notice them because their face says that they're something that's beneficial, but the actual reactions or the things that's being implied to us is that of negative. So what I want to tell you guys today is, yes, it's about our perspective, but it's also your willingness to accept that it doesn't matter what happens as long as you continue to happen. It doesn't matter what happens as long as you are being a student of the game, that you're able to continuously go out and put yourself up against what it is that you need to put yourself against. And that's the fact that, hey, these things are going to come. These things will be in our pathways. Now, I ask you one question. What are you going to do? Are you going to jump, run, duck, and hide? Or are you going to blast through that thing? Are you going to take that thing? You're going to begin to yield it and mold it for what it is supposed to? Or are you going to ride that thing, and you're going to let that thing toss you all over the place? What I'm saying is that we all have our different challenges. We all have our different things that arise. We all have our different things that may come to take us out. But it's our ability to say, this was the very thing that was coming to help me out. This was the very thing that was coming to take out all the other junk and the mess. I just have to begin to angle the sword, or use the momentum of this thing in a way it was supposed to be used. And then am I really seeing the true benefit that everything that comes my way is actually a setup for me to win? So, you guys know I tell you about this every day. If we grab nothing else from our segments that we hop on and are able to share with each other, or just the fact that we are operating a life, that the three things we must be able to adhere to, or the blueprint to our success, or the wealth and the freedom that we are actually trying to attain, is what? Our look, our sound, and our vibe. If your look, your sound, and your vibe does not match the service or business, or it doesn't match where you're going, then it's going to be exactly of where it is you have placed it, and oftentimes either where we already been or where we're going to end up being stuck. So what I'm saying is that if your look, your sound, and your vibe is that of complaint, that of lack, that of confusion, that you sound like you're all over the place, that you're more of a jack than you're actually trying to master something, or that you're just hopping on to one thing to the next, or that you really have no discipline, and these are things that people, sometimes we would sit back and we'd be like, man, so-and-so was talking this and then now they this, because it's not just the words we use. I feel like a lot of us, especially in this technological age that we live in, that we can communicate, we can portray a vibe, but the actual substance and the capacity that come behind them, they be off. And any serial entrepreneurs or anyone that's been really trying to get it by themselves, you realize that, man, a lot of people are able to talk a good game, but their actions or the service and the business behind it be, as an understatement, subpar. But don't let that be you. Even on the simple things, don't let your conversations be like, don't let your vibe be like, don't let your look be like. You have to begin to walk, talk, and vibe as if you are already there, and watch the things begin to align themselves. Your look, your sound, and your vibe has to be that of optimism. It has to be that of courage. It has to be that of focus. It has to be of that let's go. It has to be that was meant to take me out, but guess what? I used it as the very thing that got me to where it is I am destined and designed to be. So our look, our sound, and our vibe, that's the blueprint. So we get nothing else. That's the thing that I want you guys to always remember each and every day as we're approaching our unique worlds, is that that's the blueprint. So tying that back into the fact that these things will arise, that chaos will occur, that traffic will begin to present itself, but are you going to allow that to be the thing that is going to define you, or are you going to define it? Remember, adversity and prosperity is the same energy. What gives it its face and its name is how we react to it. So the traffic could be prosperity or adversity based on how you choose to react with it. Let's go. Let's continue to happen on purpose. Let's win. So if you guys want to sponsor any of your businesses, your service, I want you guys to tap in with me directly at mrhopemotivates@gmail.com. I want you guys to tap in with me on all my social medias at Mr. Hope Motivates. Let's get your music, let's get your business, let's get your arts, let's get them on my show with me. I want you guys to come in and interview. So tap in with me on all social medias, or at my Gmail as I just gave you guys. Also, my book Answer to Butterflies is officially out for pre-order. It's officially out for order, so make sure you guys go grab your order. So you guys can go to my site mrhopemotivates.com. It's also available on Amazon, and if you are in the Metro Detroit area, or you just want to signed copy, period, tap in. That's something we can make happen. As I believe what is possessed in that book is what is going to help us align us with our destiny, design, future, because it's not where we start, but it's how and where we finish. So I want you guys to continue having a hope-filled day, continue happening on purpose. On a mental note, if you think in lack, then your lifestyle will reflect lack. So if you're constantly thinking as things are without, guess what? You're going to check your pockets, you're going to check your mind, and you're going to always be without what you need. And that's the thoughts, and that is the power behind what it is that you need for you to begin to have what it is that you're hoping and dreaming for. On a physical note, I don't care if it's 5-10 minutes each and every day, every week, get some type of workout in, some type of physical restriction where you are forced to operate beyond what is normal. So if you go to work every day and you normally take 10 flights of stairs, I need you to take 12, because then are you allowing your body to actually get beyond where it has begun to actually have a plateau. So I want you guys to push yourself. This is your temple. If you don't take care of this temple, it won't take care of you. I don't know about y'all, but I really plan on living as long as I choose, and I mean that in the aspect of we can't choose when things can occur outside of us, but I'm talking about choosing how I eat, choosing how I treat this thing, because I understand that if I treat this right, it's going to treat me right. On a financial note, we spend our time how we spend our money. So the way you spend your money is exactly how you spend your time, and vice versa. So we have to begin to tap into the two. So remember that I am are two of the most powerful words put together for whatever comes after them shapes and forms our reality. So I am abundant, I am wealthy, and I am hope. Thank you all for tuning in today. Continue having a hope-filled day. Grab some apparel from MrHopeMotivates.com. Let's win, y'all. Let's go.